Hey book besties, here is what I read this past week and also a little bit about a really cool author event that I got to go to on Thursday, which it was freezing cold the entire week this week in Chicago. So it feels appropriate that I had to stand outside for like an hour. So first, we started off finishing the partner plot or starting the partner plot. I don't remember what day I started it, but I read this as kind of a Black History Month, Valentine's Day romance moment, and it was really good. I'm going to have to check out the other two books in this interconnected series because they are all about these sisters. So this one was about Violet Green. Her sisters and her mom and her niece all have flower names, which is really cute. So this one's about Violet and Xavier, and this is their second chance romance. So they were high school sweethearts. They had all these dreams about their lives and their futures and like what they were going to be when they grew up. She wanted to go into fashion and be a stylist, and he was going to play basketball. And they go to college, and during that first year of college, he hurts his Achilles. And so, and I talked to my husband about this because my husband's a sports guy, and he was like, an Achilles injury isn't like a career ender. And I was like, okay, well, let me see the guy's logic. And his logic of like this being a career ender was just like he gave up. He didn't have the self-confidence and the drive to be like, I can overcome this injury and like get back in the game. So he not only leaves, he's going to Kentucky, so he leaves college ball and he breaks up with her because he's like, you're better than me. Like, you're gonna go far in your career. She's already at like a fashion school and gotten these really cool internships. So they break up. Well, he breaks up with her. Years later, she's had a failed engagement and catches the guy that she was going to be married to cheating on her with one of her clients, which is so rude. And he is a high school English teacher and coach. And they run into each other in Vegas and have a night of kind of reconnecting and fun. And they wake up thinking that they have gotten married. However, they realize it's fake. And then she decides in an interview when they're asking her about her previous fiance, her ex-fiance, she's like, oh, actually, I just got married. She lies. And so she lies about it. And because they grew up in a small town where he is the teacher, the whole town finds out. And they're like, oh my God, Xavier, congrats. Like, we're so excited for you. And so they kind of have to go in on the lie together. So I thought that part was really fun. Him being a teacher really hit me in the feels because his students were so in his business. They were like, oh, wait, what's his last name? Mr. Wright, like, what do you mean you got married? You weren't going to tell us? You weren't going to tell us about your wife? I thought we were a favorite, so that was really cute. But it's a really nice romance, and I think I will go back and read the first one about the youngest sister, and then the next one is about actually the oldest sister who is a single mom whose partner died. Not like overly spicy, so if you're someone who is looking for a romance book that isn't like over the top chili peppers, this might be for you. Then I started reading on my Kindle because look at this monster. I started reading When the Moon Hatched. I did buy this special edition from Fairy Loot because I thought it was really pretty and I wanted it, and I haven't read it yet. So I started reading it, and I think I'm about 40% in, which isn't very much, and I have been reading it on my Kindle. But I did sit down when I first, before I even started reading, to read the glossary. So if we go to the back here, this like whole chunk back here is a family tree, a glossary, different terms, different creatures, different characters, different beings, pronunciation guide. So I had heard from some other people that this book was very heavy on the world building and like, characters and all that. So I decided I would read that stuff first. And I think it did help because I am really enjoying it so far. It's kind of, giving typical romantasy where like, oh, she's just a small girl from the streets roughing it, and she's an assassin, and oh, who's this mysterious man? And he's like, oh, I remember you. I do love his little nickname for her so far is Moonbeam, which is really sweet. Here's the artwork of the characters. His name is Khan, and her name is Rave, Raeve. There are also these letters in the story from another character who, when I was checking the family tree, is the ancestor of someone. So I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those messy like ancestors, loss of memory or something. And then the other thing that I have found interesting so far in this book is the author is trying very hard with the world building. Like they have thought of a whole new like day-night cycle. It's called day, D-A-E, and slumber instead of day and night. There's like this aurora that is what marks the turns of the aurora or a phase. I don't know. Tried really hard with that. Like even spelled mom and dad and different. So maybe a little too much on that. But I do think this copy that I got is really pretty. So I'm not going to complain. All right. And then I did go to a author signing for Brynne Weaver on Thursday for her new book, Scythe and Sparrow. And it was really cool because she was there, but also the person kind of leading the, I guess, Q&A was Hannah Bonam-Young, who I have read only 2 of her books so far, but I really enjoyed them. And so I got to get signed books from both of them. So now I have the entire Ruinous Love trilogy, which is Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark, and now Scythe and Sparrow. This is the one that just came out. So I am listening to it because I highly recommend the audiobooks for these. The 3 main characters are 3 brothers, and they are Irish. And so the audiobook narrators do a really good job of making it sexy. And if you are not familiar with these books, they are dark rom-coms where the characters are pretty much all serial killers. So in the first one, they are both serial killers who go after other serial killers, and they kind of have a little competition. And then this one, the guy, he's more of a contract killer, and then she is a serial killer, but like in a cute girly Barbie way. Then in this one, he's actually a doctor. He's trying to like reject the family tradition of violence, and she is in a carnival, a traveling carnival circus, and only takes out guys who are abusing their wives, and children. I mean, I'm pro I'm pro whatever that is. So I'm almost done. I don't really know what percent I'm at, but I'm almost done with this. So I will give you like a full review once I finish, but that is the other book that I'm currently reading. And then the other book that I picked up at the signing is Hannah Bonam-Young's new book, which is Out of the Woods. Her signature is so cute. It has like a little heart. So this I read last month, and I really enjoyed it. It is in the series where the first one is called Out on a Limb, where these 2 people meet at a Halloween party. They have a hookup. She gets pregnant, and they decide to kind of live together during the pregnancy and then co-parent. And he is missing a leg. He has a prosthetic leg, and she has an underdeveloped hand, which the author does as well, a little bit like baby hand. And then this book is about their friends who have been dating and then together since high school. And now as they're like 30, they're kind of realizing like, oh my God, did I miss my chance to fulfill my life's purpose because I locked it down so soon? And they go on a marriage retreat hike thing. And this one they're both really good. Like this one made me cry and laugh, but this one hit me a little too close to home. I was like, oh shit, it me. So I got to meet both of them. It was really cute Q&A. Here's a picture. They were adorable. You can really tell which one wrote the serial killer books. And what am I going to read? Well, I'm in the middle of those 2 books, When the Moon Hatched and Scythe and Sparrow. But I think the next book I'm going to read is an arc of Ava Reed's upcoming dystopian book called Fable for the End of the World. I really enjoy Ava Reed's writing, except for Lady Macbeth. I did not like Lady Macbeth. So hopefully this one is better than that. She's one of my favorite authors. Anyway, so that's everything I read, and I look forward to sharing what's coming up. I think I want to do like a Q&A. So if you all want to let me know, like in the comments, if you have any questions for me about like books that I like to read or anything book related or not book related, whatever, you can do that. And like, comment, subscribe. Is that what the kids say? Anyway, bye.